Hello, everybody. My name is Corbin from Zoco Marketing. If you have landed on this video, congratulations. If you're watching this video, you are probably either looking at starting an e-commerce store or you have one that you are looking to scale with Google Shopping ads. So today, I wanted this video to be very helpful for everybody out there so they didn't have to watch 3 or 4 videos and kind of piece together the puzzle on how to get Google Shopping ads set up. This is going to take you from the very beginning. I'm going to be creating a Google Merchant Center account, step 0, and walk you through every step of the process so that you can set up ads like these. For those who don't know what Google Shopping ads are, if I look at like men's shoes over here, if you look on this right-hand side, notice how there are text ads, which are on this left-hand side, but on the right-hand side, we have Google Shopping ads, which these pull in images from your product feed and are super helpful and can have a high return on ad spend if you have an e-commerce product. So like I said, we're going to be starting from step 0 on how to do this. Here is everything that we are going to be covering in this video. So we are going to start off. What we're going to do is we're going to set up and verify a Google Merchant Center account. That's going to be the first thing. Next, we are going to connect our product feed to Merchant Center. The third thing we're going to do is connect our Merchant Center to our Google Ads account. And then the final step is we're actually going to set up our first shopping ads campaign. So if you were following along in this video and you don't even have a Merchant Center account set up, no worries. I'm going to walk you through the entire process. And by the end of it, you will have a shopping campaign ready to go, ready to set live, and ready to start seeing some results. So let's jump right in. Now that we kind of know what we're going to be covering, I'm going to be going right over here to Google Merchant Center, and I'm going to hit create account. Now, some things I'm going to have to blur out here just for like personal information, but you guys kind of get the idea. We're going to go through and create this. I'm going to show you everything that you need to know. And it's taking me to set up Merchant Center. So we're going to hit get started here. And if you don't know what URL, I don't remember what URL I was just on, but if you Google Merchant Center sign up, obviously you'll get taken to the page that you need to get started inside of the Merchant Center. Okay, and here we are inside of Google Merchant Center. And for those who are wondering, you do need to make a Google Merchant Center in order to start running Google Shopping ads. There is no way around it. And you'll want to create one anyways. It just makes things a lot easier and puts everything in one place. So we're going to name our business. So we're calling this Zoco Apparel. Business country, I am in the United States. That time zone, Mountain Standard Time. So obviously add the country that you're in and the time zone that you're in. And then next, it's going to ask you a few questions. For 90% of you on my site is going to be the option you're going to want to go for. I've never used Google Commission or this third-party thing. I always just use on my site. And then if you have a local store, which I don't have a local store, you can check it there. And as you can see, you can come back and change these settings anytime. So if you're unsure, I would just go with the top option. And it does have little drop downs or question marks here on what that means. And then tools you use. If you're seeing this video, you're probably on Shopify. So you're going to want to click there. And if you want to sign up to get emails about Google Merchant Center, I don't think it's a bad idea. I like to actually see the tips and tricks. I like to stay on top of what's new and what's going on. So, and I do want invitations to new test features because same thing. I like to kind of always be innovating, I guess, so to speak. So once we've clicked all those and done all the check boxes and everything, we're going to hit create account. So you have 2 different options from here. All right, so from here, you have 2 different options. You can go to Shopify or you can continue to Merchant Center. And that's what I'm going to be doing for Merchant Center. Now, there are a lot of different ways to create your product feed. The way that I'm showing you is the best way that I have done, that I've seen in all the different options that I've explored. So we're going to be going straight to Google Merchant Center. Okay, and now we are asked with a couple other questions. The first is for your tax information, your shipping information. These are both optional for now, but once you actually start selling stuff on your store, you're going to need to set this. So for our website, though, we do need to provide that. So we're going to go https www.zocoapparel.com. And we are going to save. And then now it is going to ask to verify our store. You can try with the Google Analytics if you already have Google Analytics on your account or Google Tag Manager. The tried and true way that I always do is through my server. This may sound complicated, but it's not. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it. What we do is we go over here to this code or to click on this button, add an HTML tag. As you can see, this is asking to, oops, we're going to just click that instead of trying to copy it there. We're going to copy this tag, and it's going to go in the head section right before the body tag in our website. And I'm going to show you exactly where to place this inside of Shopify, so don't worry. So we're going to go back over to Shopify. We are going to go to themes. I'm going to come over here to actions, and we're going to hit edit code. And like I said, don't worry if you haven't edited code before or anything. This really isn't editing code. It's copying and pasting something inside of your web browser or inside of your Shopify store. And then the next thing is we're going to go to here, this theme.liquid. So click in theme.liquid. You're going to locate the head tag, which is right here. So you see that first head tag. You're going to scroll down until you see the second head tag. So you're going to scroll, and actually you probably want to do a command find. But here's the second head tag right there. But an easier way to do this is if you do command find or control find if you're in on a Mac or a Windows, do head backslash or bracket backslash head, and you'll see there is our what's called our closing head tag. So we're going to come right in this area. We're going to go right before this closing head tag. We're going to hit enter, and we're going to hit paste right there. And that's everything that you have to do. Then save your site. And then we go back over to Google Merchant Center. And this typically takes a second for the Google to crawl that website and to verify it. We can try and verify it. We'll see what it says, but we might have to give it a second. So we're going to hit verify now here. And it was verified. So that was real time. I didn't make any cuts there or anything. If it doesn't work for whatever reason the first time, I would wait a few minutes, maximum of about 10 minutes. If not, then try and verify it again and go from there. So now we are going to claim this URL. So I'm going to claim the URL. And there is that. And we have now completed the first step. So if we go back to our agenda here, we are now we have set up and verified our Google Merchant Center. So now the next thing that we need to do is connect our product feed to Google Merchant Center. And as I mentioned, there are a couple of different ways to do that, but I'm going to show you the best way that I've found. And where did that just take us? So we're going to go back here. Awesome. Why is it giving us? We just verified that. I don't know why it's being funny. Verified about your business. Okay, so I'm going to go through and add this stuff real quick. So this is kind of personal information, so I'm going to cut it real quick, but I'm going to add my business address. I'm going to add a phone number, and I'm going to add customer service contact information. So I'm going to go through, fill this out real quick, and then we'll cut back. Okay, now we're back. So all I did is I filled out that information, then I hit continue. It brought me back to this menu right here. And now, as you can see, I'm not getting that red looking bar. And we have, let's get you set up on the free product listings. And I'm back. Sorry, I had to step away there for a second. You probably won't notice if you're watching the video, but here we are at the free product listing that we're still getting ready to set up. So we're going to hit continue here. We're going to set up this free product listing first and then the Google Shopping ad. So we're going to hit continue. And it gives us a list of everything that we need to go through and set up. So the first thing is tax, and it says optional and shipping is optional. But if you actually want to run the ads, you're going to have to do this before those can start running. This is going to have to be set up. So come over to set up tax. And what I do is I select all, and then I leave it on this automated setup. Now, if you scroll down here, I will say this disclaimer, check with your tax advisor before making these settings here. This is just what I do. So I'm going to hit save on these on this tax thing. And I'm going to hide this. And it says your settings have been saved. So now we're going to go back to tax listing, and as you can see, we're set up there. We're hitting green check marks, so things are looking good. We've already verified our website URL. Now we're going to add shipping. So there we go. Let me click it, and we're going to hit the plus here. I'm just going to call this shipping 1. You can name it whatever it is good for you. If you have like free shipping, like shipping free might be good. And that's what I'm going to be doing for this store as a free shipping offer. So I'm going to say United States currency, keep it whatever your currency is and the country that you want to deliver services to. Keep this destination customer's address. We're going to hit next. And then order cutoff time, usually it's like 3 o'clock for most stores, and then your time zone. Make sure your time zone's in here. And then handling time, standard is 1 to 3 days, but it just kind of depends on your store, Monday through Friday. And then if you're drop shipping, you want to make this longer. If you have a just actual product that you can ship out sooner, you could do that. And we're going to do Monday through Friday. So there's delivery times. Match this up to whatever your Shopify store says and whatever the shipping times are for those. I'm just going through to give you an example of these different things. And now you could do like holiday cutoffs or different things like that. I'm not going to for this example. I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to give free shipping for all of our items. I think it's a huge value add. So if you can just bump up your products a little bit more and do free shipping, I think it helps people buy a little bit more. So I'm going to free shipping, save here. And it's just asking all of give an overview of the shipping things. And we are view all shipping services. And there it is. So now we've set up our shipping. So we're going to go back to our listing. And boom, look at that. We have three of the four check marks completed. Now to add the product feed. Now this is where a lot of people get tripped up. And there are a ton of different options to add your product feed to Google Merchant Center. Like I said, I'm going to show you one of the most common ways. And here in the future, I'm going to create a video that has all of the options that you can do for Google Merchant Center, at least all the ones that I recommend. Check the link below to see if that video is out. I haven't created it yet, but I will be in the future. So if you want to see other options, check the description to see if I have one for that. But I'm going to be showing you today how to add the product feed through a Shopify app. And one other important thing before we actually get to setting up the product feed is make sure you have the following on your website first before you submit your product feed. You need 2 out of the 3 following publicly listed. So you need your an email address, a phone number, or a physical location. You need 2 out of those 3 publicly listed on a contact page. And then you need your legal public pages, your terms, your privacy policy, your refund page, your refund policy. This is important because if you don't have these on your site, then Google will not approve your ads. Here's what it looks like on mine. Like I said, this is a demo site. But if you come over here to Zoko Apparel, and you look down at the footer, I have my refund policy, my privacy policy, my terms, and my contact us page. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I'll show you exactly how I created these and the easy templates that I had to pull from, just so you have an idea of how to create these real fast. A quick way to do that real fast, come in here to settings, come in here to legal, and then what I did is I went through and you can click right here to it says replace template right now, but if you haven't created this before, you can hit generate template and Shopify will literally generate this refund policy for you. They'll generate this privacy policy for you. They'll generate these terms of services for you, and then a shipping policy as well. So go through and fill out these templates real quick, and then go over to your online store, and I'll show you what I did, and go to navigation, and then see how on my footer I have my return policy, privacy policy, terms and conditions, and my contact page. So I'm going to click in right here. After you've generated those pages, you're going to go to add menu, name this whatever it is. So if it was my return policy here, and then I would go into my policies and add all of those. So add your privacy policy, refund policy, terms of services, and then also go into pages right here. And I already created a contact page, but what you can do is add page right here. And then in this template suffix right here, pick page contact, and then type out your contact. Make sure that you have 2 out of the 3 points of contact inside of your Shopify store, or else Google will not approve your ads. They won't approve your products coming through. So make sure you have an email, a contact, PO box, or a physical location, and then also a phone number. So 2 out of those 3 things you need to make sure that you have inside of your Shopify contact page. So we're going to go over here, back to Shopify. We're going to go to the App Store. And we are going to search for the inside of here. I'll show you the app that I'm talking about. Now, this app, it does cost money. It's $5 a month I'll show you the pricing. Let me get it for you real quick. Google Shopping. So if you just type in Google Shopping, it's typically the first one that shows up. Yeah, this guy right here. So let's click into this and I'll show you a little bit about this app. So you do have a 21-day free trial. After that, it is $5 a month. And here's the pricing structure. If you are doing more, $4.99 a month, $8.99 a month, $13, and it kind of gives you a breakdown of what you might be paying for. If you have like 500 to 1,000 products, chances are you are doing quite a bit of revenue already and you can afford these different things, $5 a month is definitely worth it to get your product feed in there correctly. So this is the option that I do recommend. I'm not affiliated with them by any means, but this is the option that I recommend. So I'm going to add this app. We're going to wait for it to load. And then this is just saying everything that the shopping feed will be able to do, and we're going to install the app. We're going to wait for a second for it to load through. This is a great chance to remind you, if you're getting value out of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And we're going to keep cruising on how to set up your Google Shopping ads. So we're going to log in here to Google. And it is important to be setting everything up under the same email that you are using. So I'm going to blur out the emails you see right here, but make sure you're doing this all under the same email. It makes the process a lot more simple, a lot more integrated, a lot easier to go through and set everything up. So set up your Merchant Center, your Shopify, and your Google Ads account all into the same email. We're going to allow this. And then now it's going to ask for your Merchant Center ID, and it should be pulling this in. So it's you can see we have 719. If we go over back to our Merchant Center, we have 719, so it's a match. It's always good to double check, and especially if you manage multiple merchant accounts. And then we're going to confirm this. Okay, and we do have this important notice over here that we need to make sure we enable all required programs for our Merchant Center before submitting feed. And so we need to go back over here real quick to Merchant Center. You need to go to Growth, click Manage Programs. And what we need to do is hit Get Started on Shopping Ads. So we're going to hit Get Started here. Wait for this to load. Lots of waiting for loading times. And now we are also enrolled in Google Ads, or in the Google Shopping Ads. So as you can see, all the tax and shipping information and website verification URL all came in at this, or from our free product listing was put in here. And if we go back, we're going to see now we have two progress bars on our overview that has for shopping ads and free product listing. So now we can go back over to here and we can continue on these steps. So say, yes, I've enabled these programs. So make sure if you are on this step, you have both of these showing to this point. So we're going to come back over here. Yes, I've enabled these programs. Then we're going to wait for this to verify. Sometimes it can take a second. That actually went by really fast. But for yours, it can take a second. And now, actually, here's. Okay, and then I leave all of these as the default. You can play around with the SEO title and SEO description. I'm not going to get into it too much here. I do recommend variant submissions, having all of your variants. So Google can show different variants of your products. If you have a blue or red or different sizes, different things like that, you could show all the variants. Notification email. And then I always choose the product format. It's the most common way to do it. So I choose that first one. And then we hit here sync. And then it's going to give us this little important. So if you submit a product feed for the first time from our app, please wait about 10 hours for Google, 4 hours for Facebook. So it can take a long time for this to show up. So give it time. So now that we have the product submitted, we're just waiting now for them to go through and review them. We're going to go back over to our Google Merchant Center account. And we are going to, I'm going to show you. So typically you want to wait until you are done with this process and you have all of your products approved before you start creating campaigns. But for this demo purpose, I'm going to show you how to link up your Google Ads account now. So now the part that we're on, we have connected our merchant store, we've connected our product feed to our Merchant Center right here. Now the next thing is we're going to connect our Merchant Center to Google Ads, and then we're going to set up our first campaign. So we're going to come back over here to, back to the Merchant Center. Going to click on settings right here, or you can either click settings and then go to linked accounts, or you can come to shopping ads and hit continue. And we're all about checking off these green boxes, and you can add your Google Ads account and it'll get you to the same place. So we're going to wait for this to load up. And I have a couple of different Google Ads accounts. So this actually isn't the right one. If this is the right one, then you can just hit link right here. But I need to look up my Google Ads account real quick, a different one that I have, which is this one over here. So I'm going to grab this ID. So if you run into this problem, this is how you do this. You come back over to Merchant Center and paste this in here, send link request. And then that should send a link request to your Google Ads account. And it will do the same thing if you click link here. If you click link here, it will send this request into your ads account. And what you do is you come over here to settings, you go to linked accounts, Boom, boom, boom. And then we find Google Merchant Center, hit details here. And there is my request that's sent over. So like I said, you will see that regardless of how you connect them, if you link it from the buttons that they have there or right here. So we're going to view details, and we are going to approve this Merchant Center request. And now we have completed the third step. We have connected Google Merchant Center to our Google Ads account. Now it is time to set up our first shopping campaign. So we're going to go back over here to Google Ads. I'm going to exit out of here, come back this way. And we are going to hit new campaign right here, just like that. And we want, you could either do it with no guidance or you can do sales right here. We want shopping ads. And then as you can see here, right here, this populates, because we linked our Google Merchant Center account, this automatically populates right here. So if you didn't link your Google Merchant Center account, you wouldn't be able to continue past this point. So country, we're going to do United States right there. And we don't want a smart shopping campaign. We want a standard campaign so that we can have control over the settings. We can optimize and we can scale our store and test different bidding strategies and things like that. So we're going to go standard campaign. This is where it gets fun, guys. This is where you make the money, right? Getting your Merchant Center account all set up, it sucks. I know it does. It's a pain. Sometimes they get disapproved or whatever, but this is the fun part. So we're just going to call this test demo, or you can call it, t-shirts, because I got t-shirts in my apparel. I just have a hard time typing. Okay, so an important thing when you're starting off with Google Shopping campaigns, I recommend going manual CPC until you have at least 50 conversions inside of your account. Then you can start using your smart bidding strategies. So start with a manual CPC. Start with, I'll tell you, so I start with, and I do a manual CPC right here. And then I start with, $50 a day or whatever it may be. And usually I'll start with 50 cents as my bid and then kind of work my way through at that point. But start with manual CPC. I don't even think they'll let you, if you don't have, go do target ROAS. I guess you could. So start with manual CPC, because at this point, you're not going to have conversion actions or conversion data for Google to optimize for those settings. Get the data first, then move to the smart bidding strategies. All right, and leave this as the default, the campaign priority low, and then uncheck both of these devices. We want to show on all devices. United States, keep it here. Make sure to check this location options and only show people present in your target location. I've seen this happen where people have this interest target and they show ads to people outside of their target location, and then they buy if they buy the product, then the shipping kind of gets all messed up. So make sure you only do people in your present location. I'm not going to set a start or end date. We're going to hit save and continue. And then now we are going to do a single product ad group. So this is going to be my t-shirts. T-shirts, baby. And like I said, I like to start at 50 cents. If I'm not getting enough traffic or enough clicks, enough impressions, then I'll usually increase it 10 to 20 cents from there. If I'm getting too much traffic or I've noticed that I can get a little bit lower, then I'll decrease it from there. But typically 50 cents is my go-to bid, and that's what I start with, and then scale at that point. So we're going to hit save. And there is our first product. Now, if you wanted to come through and only show for t-shirts, for instance, you could come in here and come by condition or different things, and you can sort out which products are showing in each area. Google Shopping ads are different, where you're not bidding on certain keywords. It's actually taking from your product descriptions, from your titles, and showing those ads inside of there. So you don't actually create the ad itself. So you can go through and exclude different products that you want, or if you want to just show all of your products in general. I do recommend, like I said, coming through and at least breaking them out by item ID inside of here, inside of Google Ads. But that is how you create your first Google Ads shopping campaign. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be making more tutorials on where to go from this point, how to optimize your shopping campaigns, how to scale them, how to make your product headlines and descriptions better. Hopefully this video was helpful for you, all in one shot, how to get your Google Ads or your Google Shopping ads set up, because I know that for a lot of people it's very frustrating trying to put together all the pieces. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.